Hello, fellow Star Wars fans. My name is Starrapter, and welcome back to the channel. If you're here for some Star Wars comics talk, then you're in the right place. Today, we have one single comic to talk about. It's one that I've been long awaiting, and that is Star Wars Crimson Reign, issue 5 out of 5 for the miniseries. This one's called The Scarlet Queen, and I especially love this cover because it has to deal with some Star Wars miniatures. We have Qi'ra controlling Darth Vader as a miniature. How cool is that? As a Star Wars Legion longtime player, gotta love it. So in this story, it's really about Qi'ra, but there's other characters in this as well. So Qi'ra's been orchestrating all these hits on various factions across the galaxy, whether it be Ochia Bestoon to sowing some, craziness with Death Stick, or having the Knights of Ren stealing a key from the castle on Mustafar, to the character of Architect even trying to recruit Yoda to their cause. They've been sowing some destruction and a little bit of chaos across the galaxy, pitting all these different criminal factions, whether it be the Pikes or the Black Sun, against one another, causing all this mayhem with the vacuum of the Hutt Council being killed during the events of War of the Bounty Hunters. So we pick up with Darth Vader and with Palpatine at the Imperial Palace on Coruscant. And man, oh man, I can't ever get enough of seeing that location. I hope to see it in live action one day. So we have them pinning it down. They're going through the evidence, and they're finding out Qi'ra is the one in charge of Crimson Dawn, who actually has been orchestrating all of this. And what's really cool is there's this little tidbit where Vader mentions that he fought Qi'ra once before aboard the Vermilion during the events of War of the Bounty Hunters, and he pinned it that she was using the methods of Teräs Käsi, which is a very rare, unique form of combat, which was used specifically to fight Force users. He also pins it on Maul as somebody that was able to teach her the ways of how to use these combat techniques. We also have the storyline involving Qi'ra and Cadelia. Cadelia is that character that is the heir apparent to the Mourner's Wail and the Unbroken clan, where if she got those two houses together as an alliance, it would pose a threat to the Crimson Dawn. So that's why Qi'ra has basically kidnapped this girl and is holding her basically hostage. So there's this big interlogue between we have Qi'ra, who also grew up on Corellia, same as Cadelia, who grew up on Corellia. Two different backgrounds. Cadelia was rich. Qi'ra was living, as we see in Solo Star Wars story, a part of the White Worm clan with the Grindelids, like Lady Proxima. And she basically is telling her all the ins and outs of, what it was like to kind of work her way up from the ground up. She's just using her maybe as grooming her as the next leader of the Crimson Dawn. Who knows? And then we also have this other storyline involving the character of the Architect, who has a lot of history about this, the Force, and she's a Force sensitive, I think, but she can't really channel the Force. Anyway, she and the Knights of Ren now have that key that they had stolen from Vader at Vader's castle. They go to this one location and brave these ethereal kind of giant lava being things that get activated when they get close enough to this location. They unlock this secret, and it is kind of like this little time lapse type of device, or sands of time little vial thing. So we don't know what's going to happen there. And finally, towards the end of this issue, there is a hit that's put out on Qi'ra. Every Imperial knows what's going on. So then Qi'ra says it's happening a little bit too quick according to her plan. So she activates her plan, which is basically for all her contacts that's spread out across the Rebel Alliance to the Empires everywhere in between, to activate this emergency mode where everybody's going to cause chaos. And we don't know what that's going to entail until October, when we get the Hidden Empire starting up then. So there you go. That's the story in a nutshell. As far as this is concerned, I'm going to talk about, Crimson Reign, the 5-issue miniseries in general. I honestly thought it was a little bit underwhelming. This felt a lot like it was just a setup for the Hidden Empire. They didn't really take any big swings. Yes, there was cool moments like the Knights of Ren storming Vader's castle with Vader there, basically just force choking people to death. But we didn't really get any big impactful story, really big moments that I was hoping to get. This was billed as a story that was really going to flesh out the character of Qi'ra. I still feel like she was very superficial at best. I don't know if it's because Charles Soule just can't do a lot with her, because maybe the live action stuff is planning to do that, or what's going to happen, or he just wanted to wait till the Hidden Empire. But I almost feel like the way that the way that Crimson Reign started, with the chaos, with all the different factions fighting against one another, it's kind of ending in the same way. So I don't know if the story is really redundant is the right way to put it, because there are some cool elements in here. It's just, especially as it was spaced out and delayed and delayed and delayed, it just kind of lost its steam for me, and I just don't know if I can really recommend Crimson Reign. You're gonna have to read it, of course, if you want to watch, read the whole era between Empire and Return of the Jedi. But for me, it was a little bit of a letdown. So if you want to see more about my content, make sure you go ahead and subscribe to the channel and hit that bell icon so you'll be notified when futures go live. I've been talking about Obi-Wan Kenobi as it is just came to its conclusion. I have a couple of videos related to that, as well as my weekly Star Wars podcast called Outer Rim Transmission, so you can check that out every Friday or check it out on any podcast streaming service. That's going to do it for me, Starrapter. Thank you so much for watching, and may the Force be with you always.
Thanks for checking out the video. Please hit that thumbs up symbol. It helps me know that I'm making content that you guys enjoy. And if you enjoyed this video, I also include 2 videos down below you guys should check out. And please consider subscribing to this channel. It helps support me and it notifies you guys of when I get new videos up on the channel. You can also contact me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Starrapter.